How are you? It's good to see you this Monday morning, and I trust that you had a good weekend. And can you believe it? It's the first day of level 3. And I wonder what that's going to mean going forward in terms of our lives and what is the new normal going to look like. I think for many people that have been in lockdown, this is an absolute relief because they can go back to work, and we're looking forward to just hearing how the economy starts to pull together again. But for those of us that have been involved with as working as essential workers since day one, that being the food industry, we just wanted to remind you that we really appreciate what you've been doing. While we've all been binging on Netflix, you've been going to work every day, taking your life into your hands in some cases, in order to make sure that we have got popcorn to enjoy while we've been enjoying Netflix. And so today I've got a bunch of students from the Central University of Technology, and I can't wait for them to chat to you because they've got a message specifically for you in the food industry to say #thank you for our food. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Tsolo.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Hello Precious Tsolo. I'm a final year master's candidate at the Central University of Technology in Free State. I am also an independent environmental health practitioner. So the topic of my research is the microbiological risk assessment and related practices associated with the National School Nutrition Program in Machabeng-Velkom. Now, the reason why I chose this specific research was on the basis that often too many times when research is being conducted, nobody ever takes a moment to check as to what is happening in the schools that really fit the children of the community. So with the aim of this study was because the process that involves selecting those who are involved in the cooking, it's not so congestive as opposed to the formal food establishment. So the aim was entirely just to improve the knowledge of the voluntary food handlers because that's what they've been referred to, but also to try and establish perhaps in the future a PRP program for the kitchens at the National School Nutrition Program. And the message that I would like to relay to the food industry is to say thank you for your sacrifices and efforts in ensuring that safety and quality of the food products in the retail facilities are not compromised and are always of high quality. I can imagine it has not been easy. Waking up, leaving your loved ones and family to ensure that us as consumers receive food that is of high, good quality. To everyone that was involved, from the production, from the farm, from all angles in the food industry, I would just like to say, I thank you, we thank you, and most of all, I salute you. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Precious. That was great. I love your project because I think school nutrition programs are so critical. I think if we just take what's been happening in lockdown, I think there are many children that have really missed that meal. But the importance of safe food for those vulnerable consumers is absolutely essential. And I'm sure you're looking forward to resuming your project with schools going back.
Yes.
I wish you well. I wish you well. Thank you so much, Precious. Jan Willem, over to you.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Jan Willem Schippers, and I am a final year microbiology student and also a student assistant at CUT, meaning I'm still undergrad, but I also do a bit of assistant work in the fermentation laboratory at CAFSAB at CUT. Meaning we produce a lot of things, do a lot of experiments, everything that you can ferment. We do from kombucha, we do lots of beer, which is always interesting and a big part of the food industry, as we've seen with people getting angry and mad over this past few months over not getting access to alcohol and beer. Yeah, and then just that is what I do. I'm still undergrad. I'm hoping to go into the food industry one day. The beverage industry specifically really does interest me a lot, and I'm hoping to go into that sector. And then, yeah, just as my message, as a son, I'm a son of a farmer, so I've seen where food comes from, and I know that it's really it's a tough job and it's a very important job. to give food to our country that's growing at a very fast rate, all the people. So yeah, just a big shout out and a big thank you.
Great, Jan Willem. I'm sure that those brewing skills have come in very, very handy during lockdown. I'm sure you've been Mr. Popular. Everyone's been SMSing you. How do we do this, Jan Willem? How do we do this? Am I right?
Yeah, my phone hasn't stopped buzzing.
Well, we'll have to see what Monday brings in terms of lockdown level 3 and what happens from then onwards. Thank you, Jan Willem. And yes, I think being involved at primary production as the son of a farmer, I think it's a great privilege, because you actually do understand where our food comes from. I think a lot of us don't understand. When we walk into a shop, we don't really appreciate the effort that goes into it. So great message. And now, last but not least, I'm going to ask Pauline to tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, Linda. Hi, colleagues. Thank you for having me on #Monday Motivation. I appreciate it a lot. My message of encouragement is to the essential workers. My mother is a nurse. Yes, my mom is a nurse, and I know how difficult it is for everyone who's working in the front lines during this time. I know how difficult it is and how demanding it is, especially in the food industry, the agriculture industry, the nurses, the supermarkets, everyone there out there in transport and logistics. So I'd like to say to them, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And I'd also like to invite all South Africans to say thank you. I know we have our masks on, we feel like we don't need to talk to anyone, but whenever you go out to get your essential services, please just remember to say thank you and smile. It won't show behind the mask, but one can see from the eyes. So just remember to say thank you. About myself, I'm a master's student at Central University of Technology. This is my first year, and my project is on evaluating the role of hops and cannabis in the brewing industry. So I sometimes work with Jan Willem in the fermentations lab, yes. I was trained as a brewer by SAB, where I worked for 3 years after graduation, yes. So that's where my interest in the brewing industry has stemmed from. Before that, I was trained at the University of the Free State, where I studied microbiology and food science. I completed my honors project with Prof. Arno Hiru, where I was working on the effect of salt reduction on processed meat products. So it's sort of a leap now, going from meat science to brewing. Yeah, but I'm interested, my interest in the food industry is R&D and innovation, because the consumer that we have lately, they're interested in variety. What can we make for the consumer? What new products can we provide to the consumers? So that's also what has pushed me in this line of research for my project, to encourage more innovation, looking at hops and cannabis, because both plants are from the same family, the Cannabaceae family. So now, how can we safely incorporate those two plants in the food industry? So food industry as well as the beverage industry. Yes, thank you so much.
Pauline, that really sounds very interesting. And it's great that you've had some work, some experience in industry, because I think that puts a different spin onto research once you understand some of the real issues that are out there. Big jump from biltong to beer, but they go well together. So that's important. And yeah, we chatted to Prof. Hugo a couple of weeks ago on Monday Motivation. So it's good to hear the shout out for Free State University as well. Thank you to the students. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate each one of you being involved for this Monday Motivation. And you have set the perfect tone to the start of the week of celebrations for World Food Safety Day. So in addition to saying thank you to the food industry, you're also starting us off on a great week of webinars and activities and videos that are going to be out there. So make sure you look out for them and share them with your friends. To everyone in the food industry, have a great week and Thank you for our food.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.